Okay, guys, let's get back to chemistry part 5, redox. The other day I've posted until part 4. Today is going to be part 5. I'm going to give an example of potassium dichromate. So first thing you must know is this is potassium dichromate is orange in color, orange. It's a, it's an orange solution. Orange color is due to chromium 6 plus. So the chromium 6 plus is creating this color. Chromium 6 plus can have two colors, either yellow or orange, but when it's dichromate here, dichromate, it becomes orange color. You're right? Okay. Now, over here, I'm having iron sulfate. Iron sulfate is a green solution. Under salt chapter, you will be looking at this green solution, right? Okay. So these are two, and then previously I've given you a chart. I hope you still remember the chart. What is the chart about? I told you that oxidation, oxidizing agent. All right, oxidizing agent. Oxidizing agent, we have a few: potassium manganate acidified, dichromate acidified, chromates, potassium chromate acidified, chlorine water, bromine water, and sometimes they might even give you Fe3 plus. So these are the common ones in SPM. And over here, the reducing agent, under reducing agent, the most common is potassium iodide and iron 2 plus. So this is potassium dichromate, but it doesn't work if you do not have acidified inside. That means the acid must be there. Always use dilute sulfuric acid. Okay, all right. So this is our diagram. So this is my last part of showing you this U-tube, U-shaped tube. This is actually a Voltaic cell. So Voltaic cell. So what are the steps? Let's take a look. What are the common steps that we need to know? So let's take a look. Common steps. Step 1. Step 1, just follow this step so that you don't go wrong. Where is the electron flow? Identify that, electron flow. So where does electron flow? Electron always flows into oxidizing agent will accept electron. Remember that? Accept electron. Reducing agents they donate electrons. In other words, reducing agent undergo oxidation process. This is a reduction process. Okay. Now, what I've told you in the previous lessons is anything which is undergoing oxidation process, that place will become anode. That's the definition of anode. What's the definition of anode? Oxidation process takes place. That electrode is going to be called anode. Anything which donates electron, that's going to be called negative terminal. So this is a negative terminal undergoing oxidation process, anode. So therefore, a reduction process, accept electron means only positive terminal can accept electron. So reduction process means that's going to be called cathode. So your step 1 here will be identify electron flow, identify positive, negative, identify anode, cathode. All right. So that is the first thing you do before you start doing the question. So where is the electron going to flow? The electron is going to be donated by this. That means electron is donate here. So electron goes out like this. And the place where electron is donated is oxidation process. Therefore, this part is going to be called anode. And this part is going to be called cathode. All right. And so this part, because it donates electron, it's called negative terminal. accept electron is going to be called positive terminal. So the step 1 has been done. Are you okay? So always follow step 1. Make it very clear. Next, what's going to happen? So since this is donating electrons, so step 2, let's write the equation. Step 2, write the equation. So write the equation at anode. So Fe2 plus here donates electron. That's it. Donate means electron must be on the right hand side. This is oxidation process. Oxidation means charge must increase. Very simple. Charge must increase. What? Now it's 2 plus. So oxidation means what? Charge must increase. 2 plus becomes 3 plus. So it's common sense. That's it. 3 plus. So therefore your equation has been done. Clear? Done. So therefore next, let's write equation for the other side. Step 3. Step 3. So step 3, so this is for anode side. Let's write equation on the cathode side, cathode. Now, what you need to know is, this is 6 plus. 6 plus for all chromates will finally, after the process of reduction, will become Cr3 plus. That's the equation. Which means, in other words, this thing is going to accept 3 electrons. You get it? It's going to accept 3 electrons. So that's what's going to happen. So let's write it down first. So I'm going to write it down. I'm going to write chromate, dichromate. Excuse me. Dichromate with the H plus, must have H plus, is going to accept electrons to give you, let's erase this stuff, okay? Can you erase this stuff? Okay, meanwhile, can you please write down for me what do you think? Right, so it's going to give you Cr3 plus water, the H and the O. That's it. So your work now, you need to balance it. Now we need to balance. Over here we have Cr2, 2 plus. Cr2. So chromium is 2 here, so therefore here also you must have 2. And then water, H plus, oxygen here is 7. So let's write down 7 oxygen. Okay, done. Now you must balance the hydrogen. So 7 times 2 is 14 hydrogens. Therefore, you will need 14 hydrogens here. Okay? Now, as I told you just now, each chromium is supposed to accept 3 electrons. But we have 2 chromiums here, 2 chromiums. So 1 chromium, 6 plus, going to accept 3 electrons, which means 2 chromiums. 1 chromium will accept 3 electrons. So 2 chromiums here is going to accept 6 electrons. So that's your equation. So let's calculate and see. Let's take a look. There's 2 chromium here. Over here on the left hand side is dichromate. So 2 chromium. Oxygen 7, fine. Oxygen 7. Hydrogen 14. Let's calculate the total charge. What's the total charge over here? 6 plus. This is 6 minus. This is 14 plus. And over here, take total. Please don't times 7 times 2. It's not 7 times 2. This is the total. It's 2.